Hey everyone, have you ever found yourself staring at your bank account, wondering where all your money went? It's like one moment you're feeling like a millionaire on payday, and the next, you're playing hide and seek with your last dollar. It's a common problem, spending without a plan. It's like going on a road trip without a map. You might have fun at first, but soon you'll be lost and out of gas. But for this, you don't have to go to a gas station to refuel. Instead, the solution lies in to be financially smart and how to be financially smart. Well, financial literacy is your GPS in the world of dollars and cents. Financial education teaches you to make smart choices with your money. Choices that help you grow your wealth, not just spend it. Think of it as learning to cook a gourmet meal instead of always ordering takeout. It's about understanding how money works and using that knowledge to gain financial freedom and confidence. Now, most of you will know about Dave Ramsey from The Ramsey Show and his New York Times bestseller book, The Total Money Makeover. Dave Ramsey is successful because he learned this the hard way to be financially smart. Dave hustled through the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, juggling work 40 to 60 hours a week, and studies in finance and real estate. His hard work paid off, and by 26, Dave was doing great in real estate, earning big bucks. He lived what many would call the American dream. He got himself a shiny Jaguar, showered Sharon, his partner, with fancy jewelry, and even splurged on a luxury Hawaiian vacation. Sounds perfect, right? But Dave's story takes a turn when he realizes that making money is one thing, but keeping it and growing it is a whole different game. It's like having a fancy sports car but no idea how to drive it. Dave soon understood that his spending habits were like a leak in a boat. It would sink eventually if he didn't fix it. He dove into financial literacy, learning not just to earn, but to save, invest, and spend wisely. Fast forward, and Dave's transformation is remarkable. He's not just rich in his bank account, but rich in financial wisdom. Now he's a role model, teaching others how to be masters of their financial destiny. Now here's the catch. Anyone can do that. All you need is to know how to be financially smart. And in this video, we are going to talk about that, as well as teach you the 4 most essential principles of money, which are the fundamentals of being financially independent, financially confident, and financially educated. You will be able to take your money game to a whole new level that you have never experienced before if you follow these straightforward guidelines. So, make sure to subscribe to the channel and let's get started. Now, before we talk about these 4 most essential principles, first of all, let's talk about the problem we all faced in applying these principles. To understand this, let's suppose your paycheck is a cool $3,000. After getting your paycheck, you are standing at a financial crossroads. One path is lit up with neon signs saying, "Spend it all." The other, less flashy, whispers, "Invest and grow." Unfortunately, if you, like many, takes the neon-lit path, you throw a barbecue extravaganza, buys gadgets you'll forget about in a month, and before you knows it, your wallet's back to playing hide and seek. Here's a quirky fact for you. Did you know that squirrels forget where they hide about half of their nuts? Well, many of us are like those squirrels when it comes to money. We stash it away in random, often unproductive places and then wonder where it all went. That's not being financially smart, right? Now let's shift gears and talk about lottery winners. These people hit the jackpot but often end up with empty pockets in just a few years. Why? Because knowing how to be financially smart is more than just having money. It's about knowing what to do with it. It's like owning a Ferrari, but not knowing how to drive. To be financially smart, think of your finances as a garden. You wouldn't just throw seeds and walk away, would you? No, you'd water them, protect them from pests or impulsive buys, and watch them grow. Knowing how to be financially smart is your watering can and pest repellent here. It's something you won't learn in school, but it's super important. So, why do people shy away from learning how to be financially smart? 2 reasons. First, there's a myth that financial knowledge is like a secret recipe guarded by dragons. But we live in the era of the internet. Dragons don't guard this wisdom, Google does. Second, changing habits is hard. It's like teaching an old dog new tricks, but remember, even old dogs can learn if they're patient and persistent. In the wise words of Benjamin Franklin, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. That's what being financially smart is all about. So invest in your financial education. Start small, stay consistent, and soon you'll be making moves that would make even Warren Buffett nod in approval. Remember hearing, "Money doesn't grow on trees," or "Money is the root of all evil"? These classic lines from the parental playbook are like financial fairy tales, minus the happy ending. They plant a seed of scarcity in your mind. Imagine if you told a plant, "You can't grow. It's not going to become the next great oak, is it?" Speaking of growing, let's debunk another myth. Debt is the big bad wolf of finance. But here's a twist. Debt isn't always the villain. Used wisely, it's more like a trusty steed that can carry you to your financial castle. Of course, you don't want a wild horse that you can't control. That's where being financially smart comes in. Think of it like skiing. You wouldn't learn to ski from someone who's only ever slid down a hill on a trash can lid, right? You'd want a pro, someone who shushes down those slopes like they were born on skis. That's the kind of person you need for financial advice. Next up is the comfort zone and self-esteem. Picture your comfort zone as a cozy but tiny bubble. It's nice in there, but you can't grow. To be financially smart, you've got to pop that bubble and step out. It's like deciding to dance in the rain instead of watching it from your window. Now, imagine your self-esteem as a muscle. Without exercise, it's not going to lift much weight. But with regular workouts like taking risks and embracing failure, it gets stronger. Building this muscle is essential. After all, you can't win a marathon if you're too scared to step up to the starting line. Remember, being financially smart means having the confidence to dive into the unknown. Want to start a business but have no cash? Think of getting a loan like jumping into a pool. It's a shock at first, but soon you're swimming. And before we dive into the 4 golden rules of being financially smart, remember this. Confidence is your rocket fuel. Without it, you won't get off the ground. As the great Muhammad Ali said, it's the lack of faith that makes people afraid of meeting challenges. And I believed in myself. So, grab your financial skis, pop that comfort bubble, and flex that self-esteem muscle. In the next part, where we'll uncover the 4 most important rules of financial education. Remember, being financially smart isn't just about counting pennies. It's about creating a richer life in every sense. All right, now, here is rule number 1 to be financially smart, which is to don't invest in what you don't understand. Think of this rule as your financial compass, guiding you through the maze of investments. Imagine investments are like a big potluck dinner. You've got stocks, which are like slices of a company's success pie. Bonds, the dependable casserole that's not too spicy but still delivers. Then there's real estate, the flashy dish that everyone talks about. And let's not forget Forex, the exotic dessert that looks tempting but can be tricky to digest. Before you start loading your plate, remember the golden rule: know your dish. Investing without understanding is like trying to cook a gourmet meal without a recipe. You might end up with something edible, but chances are it's not going to be what you hoped for. And investing in yourself, it's like being the chef of your own life's kitchen. Maybe even take an online course on cryptocurrency if that's your jam. It's like sharpening your kitchen knives. The sharper they are, the better you'll cook. You need the right ingredients, knowledge, skills, and a pinch of daring. Attend workshops, read books. Now, the next step in understanding how to be financially smart is to know about different investments. Imagine you're at a financial theme park, and there's a ride called the stock market roller coaster. Now, you wouldn't hop on without knowing if it's a kiddie ride or a loop-the-loop of doom, right? Similarly, jumping into investments without understanding them is like riding a roller coaster blindfolded, thrilling, but likely to make you scream for the wrong reasons. Let's introduce our fictional friend, Tim. Tim's idea of being financially smart is buying stock in a company because the CEO has a cool beard. He thinks, if his beard game is strong, so must be his business acumen. Spoiler alert, that's not how to be financially smart, Tim. Investing based on facial hair, that's a fuzzy financial strategy. Next, we have Lisa, who's dabbling in real estate. She buys a house because the front door is her favorite shade of purple. Lisa soon learns that pretty purple doesn't always equal profitable property. After a crash course in real estate, Lisa's new strategy is less about color coordination and more about market trends. Remember, a coat of paint doesn't turn a fixer-upper into a cash cow. And then there's Gary, who thinks Forex trading is a new health fad. It's like keto for your wallet. he says. Oh, Gary, mixing up financial markets with diet trends, that's one way to slim down your savings. And being financially smart isn't just about having the guts to invest, it's about having the brains to know what you're investing in. Remember, every investment has its rule book. It's like entering a new country. You need to know the customs, the language, and the lay of the land. And watch out for those smooth-talking scammers. They're like magicians at a street fair, ready to dazzle and deceive. In the words of the wise investor Peter Lynch, never invest in an idea you can't illustrate with a crayon. Keep it simple, understand your investment, and you're on your way to financial success. Okay, that was rule number 1. Next, let's move forward to rule number 2, which is debt is a powerful but deadly weapon. Think of debt as kitchen knives. In the hands of a chef, they create culinary magic. In the hands of a toddler, well, let's not go there. But let's clear the air. Debt isn't a 4-letter word, though it can feel like one. There's good debt and bad debt. Bad debt is like eating a triple cheeseburger every day for lunch. It feels good at the moment, but oh boy, are you going to regret it later. Example? Student loans can be the financial equivalent of a cheeseburger diet. Asking an 18-year-old to decide on thousands of dollars of debt is like asking a cat to pick your lottery numbers. Risky and probably not the best idea. Now, good debt is like a well-planned workout regimen. It might be tough at first, but it gets you in great financial shape. Imagine this. You want to start a business selling hand-knitted sweaters for cats, because why not? You get a loan, buy the yarn, and start knitting. If all goes well, you pay off your loan with the profits, and soon you're the go-to person for feline fashion. In order to be financially smart, you have to think of good debt as a stepping stone. You want to buy a house to rent out? That's good debt. It's like planting a seed. Water it, pay your loan, and it grows into a money tree. Bad debt, on the other hand, is like planting a seed in the desert. Not much chance of growth there. Let's meet our fictional friend Dave. Dave dreams of opening a coffee shop. He takes out a loan, not just any loan, but a well-thought-out one. Dave's coffee shop becomes the talk of the town. He pays off his loan with the earnings and even starts a second shop. Dave knew how to wield the debt sword like a financial samurai. Getting into debt without a plan is like trying to bake a cake by eyeballing the ingredients. Sometimes you get a cake. Sometimes you get a kitchen disaster. So before you dive into the debt pool, make sure you know how deep it is and if there's water in it. In the wise words of Benjamin Franklin, rather go to bed without dinner than to rise in debt. But hey, if you're going to bed dreaming of your successful debt-financed cat sweater empire, maybe that's not too bad. So that's rule number 2 on how to be financially smart. Next, on to rule number 3, which is to think rich. Now, thinking rich isn't about bathing in dollar bills or buying gold-plated toothbrushes. It's about mindset, attitude, and a sprinkle of smart spending. Thinking rich is like playing the part of a wealthy person in a blockbuster movie. You're the star who's got it all figured out. But here's the plot twist. It doesn't mean throwing cash out the window. It's like wearing a tailored suit to an interview. You're not just dressing up, you're dressing for the role you want. Living below your means? Sure, it's like the safety net at the circus. It's sensible and probably a good idea. But what if you want to be the star performer, not just the one clapping in the audience? That's where Think Rich comes into play. It's not about splurging on a diamond-encrusted cat collar. It's about smart choices that boost your confidence and project success. Imagine you're at a coffee shop. Do you really believe skipping that latte will fast-track you to millionaire status? Probably not. But investing in a course to enhance your skills? Now that's thinking rich. It's like choosing to fuel your car with premium gas. It costs more, but it gets you further. Here's our fictional friend, Jenny. Jenny lives by Think Rich. She doesn't buy a yacht because she saw it in a rap video. Instead, she spends on things that make her feel confident, like a sleek, professional wardrobe for her business meetings. Jenny knows that looking the part can be a step towards being the part. But remember, Think Rich isn't a free pass to max out your credit cards. It's like eating cake enjoyable in moderation, but too much. And you're looking at a financial stomachache. It's about balancing smart investments in yourself with not going overboard. The trick is to see opportunities to make money, not just save pennies. It's like looking at a map. Don't just focus on the small roads you know. Look for the highways that lead to new destinations. In the words of the financial wizard Warren Buffett, the more you learn, the more you earn. So, learn, grow, and think rich. It's about upgrading your financial software, not just your wardrobe. That's the scoop on rule number 3 of being financially smart. So tune yourself to think like the rich. Act wisely. And remember, in the theater of finance, you're the lead actor. Play the part well. All right, now into rule number 4 of how to be financially smart, which is to develop skills to acquire assets. This rule is like the secret recipe in the financial cookbook. Master it, and you're cooking up success. In context of this rule, there is an old saying goes, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest, and doesn't give you heartburn like that mystery dish at the buffet. Now, to understand it fully, let's imagine your financial journey as a game of Monopoly. You start with a little cash and big dreams. But how do you go from Baltic Avenue to Park Place? The answer is in your toolbox. And we are not talking about hammers and nails. We are talking about skills, the kind that build assets, not just IKEA furniture. Your brain is like a high-powered, upgradable supercomputer. It's your most valuable asset, and with the right software, skills, it can turn you into a financial superhero. Skills in today's market are like apps on your phone. The right ones can turn you from a regular Joe to a tech-savvy wizard. Let's meet Emily, our fictional friend. Emily works a 9-to-5 job but dreams of financial freedom. She discovers her talent for graphic design. Slowly, she turns this skill into a freelancing side gig. Fast forward a few months, and voila! Emily is not just earning extra cash, she's building an asset, her brand. Emily's brain, armed with graphic design skills, becomes a money magnet. Now let's get into what makes a skill valuable. There are 2 checkboxes. Does it bring value to the market, and does it have the potential to fill your wallet? It's like finding a pair of shoes that are not only stylish but also comfortable enough for a marathon. And to be financially smart, think of skills as tools in a treasure hunter's kit. Each skill, whether it's coding, public speaking, or even underwater basket weaving, hey, you never know, adds a new gadget to your belt, making you more equipped to unearth those hidden financial treasures. But developing skills isn't just about making money. It's about transformation. It's like going to the gym for your brain. Each new skill is a workout, making your brain stronger, more agile, and ready to tackle any financial challenge. And then there are assets and liabilities. Imagine assets are like geese that lay golden eggs. These are your investments, your side businesses, anything that puts money in your pocket. Liabilities, on the other hand, are like those subscription services you forgot to cancel. They keep taking money out of your pocket. Lastly, here's a pro tip. When you're choosing a skill to develop, think of it as choosing a companion for a journey. You want someone who's not only great company, but also has a map and knows how to read it. That's a high-income skill. It's both enjoyable and leads you to the treasure. As Benjamin Franklin said, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. He knew what he was talking about. Investing in your skills is like planting a seed in fertile ground. Nurture it, and it will grow into a forest of opportunities. So as we wrap up rule number 4 in our How to Be Financially Smart series, remember, your skills are the keys to unlocking a world of assets. Keep learning, keep growing, and soon you'll find that your financial game board is filled with more than just Monopoly money. By the way, if you're enjoying this video so far and want more content like this, comment the word "more" so I'll notice. Moving forward, the next rule we have is about if you can't buy it twice, you can't afford it. This rule is like the guardrails on your financial highway, keeping you from swerving into the ditch of debt. Picture this. You're at a store, eyes gleaming at the latest smartphone. It's shiny, it's new, and it's screaming your name. But wait, if you really know how to be financially smart, then you will take a look at your wallet. If your wallet is whispering, ouch, when you think about buying that phone twice, it's a no-go zone. It's like wanting to eat a whole cake. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. This rule isn't just about splurging on gadgets or designer shoes. It applies to the big stuff too, like rent, mortgage, or car payments. Imagine your monthly rent is like a heavyweight you have to lift. If you can only lift it once before collapsing, it's too heavy. You want to be financially fit, not financially flattened. Let's meet Joe. Joe loves fancy cars. He spots a sleek sports car with a price tag that makes his heart race faster than the car. Joe can technically afford it, but according to this rule, if he can't buy it twice, he's skating on thin financial ice. So Joe opts for a more affordable model, still cool, but won't send his budget into a tailspin. Think of your spending as a game of financial Jenga in your way to be financially smart. Every time you make a big purchase without the buy it twice buffer, you're pulling out a risky block. Keep it up and your tower of financial stability is going to wobble. Now, this doesn't mean you should live like a hermit and never enjoy your hard-earned money. It's about balance. It's like eating desserts. A treat now and then is great, but you don't want a diet that's 90% cake and ice cream. So to know how to be financially smart, apply this rule gives you financial breathing room. It's like having an emergency exit in a building. You hope you never need it, but you're glad it's there. This breathing room can be a lifesaver when unexpected expenses pop up, like a surprise visit from the car repair fairy. Remember, just because your bank account says you can afford something doesn't mean you should buy it. It's like being able to run a marathon. Just because you can doesn't mean you sprint the whole way. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of our journey through the enlightening world of how to be financially smart. From understanding the power of debt to the art of thinking rich, we've covered a lot of ground together. Remember, the path to financial wisdom isn't a sprint, it's more like a marathon with plenty of refreshment stops and sightseeing along the way. We hope these insights have equipped you with the tools, knowledge, and confidence to navigate the sometimes choppy waters of personal finance. You can enjoy any audiobook for free by clicking on the link below the video. You can also find a list of suggested books and where to buy them below. This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice. It is important to conduct thorough research and consult with financial professionals before making any investment decisions. The value of investments can fluctuate, and past performance is not indicative of future results. Always assess your risk tolerance and investment goals before allocating your capital. I recommend you watch the next video in our series. Don't hesitate to share this video. Subscribe to our channel and share your thoughts in the comments section. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.